Good afternoon, all. Paul from CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday afternoon, October 28th. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES NQ. So the trend continues. All-time highs in ES NQ. The Dow just missing 48,000. Triple Q's had pretty good range today, above average. SPY nowhere near average as of right now, so that's a little disappointing. Righty puts the daily back to balance. They took out yesterday's low. They have a 9-wide point of control and a 3-day balance. They got into the gap from Friday but held it, so I would call it a 3-day balance for righty. NQ goes out with a triple distribution day. They held a small set of singles here, another set here, and for the third day in a row, held a gap. They have 3 gaps that are holding. They also have 0 excess at their all-time high. ES goes out with nothing but the day's high and low. They had a couple of sets of single prints, got taken back in M period. They end up with the day's high and low. They filled their gap. They're still holding the other 2 gaps, including the weekly one. You have the Fed tomorrow. You have 3 of the big earnings out tomorrow night in Facebook, Microsoft, and Google. So you have a lot coming down the rest of this week. We had a discussion in the room. Does this weekly gap hold? I said, you know what? I want to see by the end of Friday. It could get taken back tomorrow. It's only, it's $10 in ES away from it, 15 in NQ. We know this is emotional trading. We know we could wipe out a lot of this in a heartbeat if there's any disappointment on earnings, or if Powell doesn't say, for the most part, that he's guaranteeing another rate cut, in their last meeting of the year. We know we're getting one tomorrow, and they'll be expecting another one on the last meeting. So those are the things that could upset the market a bit if the earnings are poor from the big guys and or Powell. But for now, they're enjoying, basking in the sun. What they have done 3 out of 4 days, though, is what? M is liquidated longs late in the day. Thursday, Friday. Yesterday, they did the opposite with that really nice probe. And today, they liquidated them. Now, we hold the price probe from yesterday. For a while there, it was a little dicey. We took out the IB low in ES. We took out both IBs on both of them. And for a second there, it looked like we were going to get the overnight low in ES, but we didn't. So we hold the base of those price probes. NQ obviously held the gap, so it didn't even get near the base of the price probe from yesterday. A good day. I was long in A period to get the overnight high. I took the long as soon as the market opened. It just looked like, forget about front running it, I want to get it. And it got it right away, and then ebb and flow longs. I did nothing in B because B was a very, very indecisive period in ES and NQ. C period, I took a long. So I was telling the room, and before it happened, I said, I'm not so sure I want to take the short to one time frame down or get the IB low. Because this could be a scenario with the gap and everything else, and the market's so strong where if I take that short and it decides to front run A's low, I can get hurt. So I didn't take it. I did, however, fade the lows. Okay, I took some longs, kept adding on it, and had a good C period on the long side. Okay, E period, I actually took a short to get the IB low in ES. Couple points, but took it to get the IB low. F period, I took the long to get the IB high in NQ. Should have held that one because after that, I did long G and H, but after that, I didn't do anything else as the grind continued until they flushed out some of these longs. So again, we saw the market well and had a decent day. These charts are telling us, at least for now, that the bull is really, really in charge. Again, we know there's a lot coming down the rest of this week. So we'll see if anything changes by then. But for now, you look at these charts. the distance we're getting away from previous highs, right? I mean, we're 20-something dollars now above last month's high in the S&P. Okay, the monthlies, 6 months, one time framing up, not even including from April 7th's low, the push up from there. The weekly, again, it's a weekly gap. We have the one back in May that's still holding. We'll see if this one holds. Look at this. Since April, look at this. Just look at this weekly chart. Up, balance, up, balance. That's all it's basically done. I don't think we've called the weekly down since the lows of April. Actually, I'm just looking real quick. No way. We didn't. We have not even called the weekly down since the lows of April. And obviously, we have not called the monthlies down because they've done nothing but go up, one time frame up. And here's your daily, right? Third gap today. This one was filled. A little indecisive candle from today. Not a huge range. $4. Only 57 million in SPY right now. But again, in triple Qs, they did more volume than SPY. They're over their average by 11 million. So not bad. So again, picking tops is the death of traders, just like trying to pick bottoms. Trade with the MGI tells you this should become, I believe, very volatile the rest of the week. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. Hope you had a good day trading. Rest up, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.